Hi, can we revise mirrors and reflections in about less than 7 minutes? Stick around and see if we can do it. Light. Light is considered to be of particle characteristics as well as wave characteristics. The phenomena that supports light to be of particle characteristics are reflection and photoelectric effect, and the phenomena that supports light to be of wave characteristics are refraction, diffraction, and interference. When light is reflected from a surface, it does so by following rules or laws of reflection, which says that the incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal at the point of incidence, they all lie in the same plane, and the angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection. The rules or the laws of reflections can be used to determine the image formation by plane mirror as well as spherical mirrors. In case of plane mirror, it can be seen that the image formed is erect, its virtual is of the same size as that of the object, it is laterally inverted, and the image is as behind the mirror as the object is in the front of the mirror. That is, the image distance is equal to the object distance. There is another kind of mirror which is called spherical mirrors. Basically, spherical mirrors are those mirrors in which the reflecting surface is a part of a sphere. It is basically obtained by cutting a sphere by plane section and polishing one of the either sides. There are two kinds of spherical mirrors. First is concave mirror and another is convex mirror. In concave mirror, the reflecting surface is curved inward. That means the reflecting surface faces towards the center of a sphere of which the mirror was originally part of. In case of convex mirror, however, the reflecting surface is bulged outward or curved outward. That means the reflecting surface faces away from the center of a sphere of which the mirror is originally part of. There are some terminologies that are associated with spherical mirrors. The first one is pole. Pole is basically the midpoint or the central point of the aperture of the spherical mirror. And the radius of the sphere of which the mirror was part of is called radius of curvature, and the center of the sphere of which the mirror was part of is called center of its curvature. A straight line joining the center of a sphere to the pole of a spherical mirror is called principal axis. Talking about focus, focus for a concave mirror is a point on the principal axis through which a light ray initially parallel to the principal axis passes through after reflection. And in case of convex mirror, focus is a point on the principal axis through which a light ray initially parallel to the principal axis appears to diverge from. There is an empirical relationship between the radius of curvature and focal length. Focal length basically is the distance between the pole and the focus, and radius of curvature is twice the focal length. Talking about the images formed by spherical mirrors. In case of concave mirror, when the object is at infinity, the image is formed at focus, which is highly diminished, it's real and inverted. And when the object is brought and kept beyond center of curvature, the image formed is between center of curvature and focus, and the image is real, inverted, and diminished. And when the object is kept at the center of curvature, the image formed is at the center of curvature only, and the image is real, it is inverted, it is of the same size as that of the object. So we can see that magnification here, that is the ratio of height of the image to the height of object, is -1. When the object is placed between center of curvature and focus, the image is formed beyond center of curvature, which is enlarged, real, and inverted. And when the object is kept at focus, the image formed is real, inverted, highly enlarged, and it is formed at infinity. When the object is kept between the pole and the focus, the image formed is behind the mirror, and the image in this case is virtual, erect, and enlarged. This particular image formation finds its application in case of shaving mirrors, when the object is kept between pole and focus to get an enlarged, erect, virtual image. In case of convex mirror, when the object is kept at infinity, the image formed is at focus. The image, however, in this case is virtual, erect, and highly diminished, and the position of image is at focus. And when the object is between infinity and pole for a convex mirror, the image formed is between focus and pole, and it is again a virtual, erect, and diminished object. Mirror formula relates the object distance, image distance and focal length of the spherical mirror by the given formula. Here V, U and F are image distance, object distance and focal length respectively, and the magnification of a mirror is defined as the ratio of height of image to the height of object, which comes out to be -V by U for mirrors. Thank you.